A pro-democracy group in Sudan says around 40 people have been killed by the Rapid Support Forces. The RFS, as they're known, is one faction of the Sudanese army. Now, the group, called the Karari Resistance Committee, made the claims in a post on social media just a day after more than another 100 people were reported to have been killed by the same group. The country collapsed into civil war last year when the military split into two opposing groups. Sudan's army chief promised a harsh response to the attack, but the United Nations has called for all sides to silence their guns.
And we can get more on this from DW correspondent Felix Moringa. Felix, can you tell us more about this attack, first of all?
So this attack took place on Thursday evening, and the Sudan's paramilitary group, the RSF, led by Hamdan Dagalo, has been blamed for the attack. This is the second attack within this week, the first attack that killed about 104 people. This latest attack that has killed over 40 people, multiple people have been injured. Some of them were rushed to a university hospital nearby, and others also rushed to several other private hospitals within Omdurman area, which is a twin capital with Khartoum. Now, this set of attacks have been taking place, and a lot of civilians have died so far, and the numbers are worrying because so far the estimated number since the war began an year ago is over 150,000, and the numbers just keep growing by the day.
Felix, is this incident likely to trigger a response, a harsh response, and more violence?
So when General Al-Burhan went to visit the victims of Wednesday's attack, he said that RSF will be dealt with harshly. And every other time that the two leaders, that is General Al-Burhan of the military and Hamdan Dagalo of the RSF, every other time that they keep saying that they will deal with each other harshly, then what happens next becomes an issue whereby civilians are caught in between the fire, and most of the time civilians end up dead, and the two leaders just keep pulling to their side. So are we likely to see more shelling, more attacks? Yes, in the coming days, that is very likely.
The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has strongly condemned this attack. But other than condemnation, I mean, what kind of, or are there any concrete measures that can be taken to somehow bring this violence to an end?
There have been several efforts to bring the two leaders to the table to discuss and end the war, at least so that Sudan's transition to democracy can get back on its feet. But both leaders have seemed to take their hard stance. RSF leader saying that whatever the military is doing is wrong. The military leader saying whatever the RSF is doing is wrong. So there's more that can be done, but it will need the two leaders to come together, sit on a table and agree. And so far, in the last 1 year, nothing of that has taken place. They don't seem to be agreeing, and that's why the war keeps going. So, yes, the UN has condemned, other world leaders have condemned this sort of attacks, but the two leaders do not seem like they are willing to let go of the guns and come to a discussion table as yet.
Felix, thank you so much for bringing us up to date there. That's DW correspondent Felix Moringa.